But what is up, future millionaires? I'm Mike the Investor, and with the recent dip on BitTorrent, I felt this video was needed. So what exactly are we going to cover in this video? Well, the first thing we're going to dive into is an article that came out late last year from the company Coinbase, who is looking to add new cryptocurrencies to their exchange. Secondly, we're going to look at why this is important for BitTorrent. Thirdly, we're going to look at the BitTorrent price chart so we can see how much the price has ran up, and we can see how much the price has pulled back, which will lead us into the fourth thing we're going to talk about, which most of you probably want to know: should you buy the dip? And then we will end it off with my closing thoughts. Now, before diving into it, definitely consider grabbing you some free Bitcoin by using the Coinbase and Voyager link down below. And let's get ready to dive right into it. Alright, crypto investors, welcome back to the channel. Now, quick announcement: I will be adding a Discord to the Patreon, and the reason being that way everyone that's inside of the Patreon and the community that we're building, we can all interact with each other by sharing success stories and other things like that. So if you are interested in the Discord and other exclusive access that is on the Patreon, definitely consider checking out the link. It will be in the description. But now let's go ahead and dive into the Coinbase article and see what cryptocurrencies they are thinking about adding to their Coinbase exchange in the future. So in the article it says Coinbase Custody explores support for new digital assets. This was released October 16th, 2020. We are continuing to explore the addition of custody support for new assets for customers around the world. This right here gives you a picture of the, I think it's about 40 different cryptocurrencies that they're thinking about potentially adding in the future. Now, there is no ETA on any of these cryptocurrencies, and none of these actually have been per se selected yet, except for a few like Aave and a couple other ones. But I want to show you guys BitTorrent is sitting right here, and I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit why this is extremely important for BitTorrent if this happens. And then also you can see they have Tron down here as well, and VeChain, just to name a few. And then as we move down, you can see Coinbase Custody is one of the world's largest and most trusted crypto custodians. In addition to industry-leading security and insurance protection, Coinbase Custody has remained on the leading edge of crypto-native features such as staking, governance, and decentralized finance, known as DeFi. Now we're moving down just a little bit, and I want to show you, these are all the cryptocurrencies that I showed you in that picture here, but I have BitTorrent BTT highlighted, and I also have Tron. And the reason being because I believe if Coinbase lists Tron, I believe they're definitely probably going to list BitTorrent, because pretty much every exchange that has Tron has BitTorrent. So the reason why this is important is because, as we already saw, right now Coinbase is the nation's largest cryptocurrency exchange. And I'm going to show you the trading value from Coinbase that's happened over the past few years, not only from retail investors like you and me, but also from institutions as well. And you will see why this will be major for BitTorrent if they can get listed on Coinbase. Let's look at this graph. So we can see institutional trading volume on Coinbase reaches new highs. You can see here at the bottom where the arrow is, institutional trading will be the highlighted square, and then the rest will be like retail investors. So just looking at quarter one, out of 56 billion, you can see only about 11 billion was in institutional volume, and you can see it started to decrease all the way to 2019, and then during 2019 it completely rose. And the reason why is because that's when a lot more institutions started actually buying into crypto behind the scenes. And now you can see here, if we look all the way to quarter four, you can see this huge upswing as far as institutional trading volume. It has just been increasing and increasing. Out of the 89 billion for quarter four, 57 billion of that was institutional trading volume. So that is over half that has come from institutions. So this right here shows not only the adoption of just the entire crypto space, but it shows the adoption of institutions that are getting in and buying on the exchanges as well. And this is why I think this will be massive for BitTorrent if this can happen. Coinbase has not said that they're going to do it, but it is on the list like the other cryptocurrencies to be potentially listed on Coinbase. But now we're going to dive into the BitTorrent price chart and see how much the prices ran up, just in case you missed it, and based off of where this video is recorded today, how much the price has fell back. So let's check this out. Okay, so now we are on CoinGecko.com, and you can see the current market cap is right around that 1.9 trillion, and you can see the 24-hour volume is 300 billion. The Bitcoin dominance is 54%, and if we look at the current price here for BitTorrent, it is right under a penny at 0.009, and on the 24-hour, it is currently down 12.5%. Now, if we move over to the current rank on CoinGecko, it is ranked number 21, and we're going to move on down here a little bit. And as we can see here, if we just look on the 1 hour, it's down 1.1%, 24-hour 12.5%. The 7-day, it is still up 77.3%. On the 14-day, still up 175%. On the 30-day, up over 600%. And then on the 1 year, it is still up over 3,600%. So this is why it is very important, to buy early and buy at the bottom, or you want to buy on big dips, okay? And I'm going to touch on that after looking at this price chart. So now let's take a quick look at where the pullback actually started. So it happened on Sunday. Here's the peak here, April 4th. And as you can see, it started moving down on Monday, actually Sunday night, and you can see it just started dropping even more during the week. And right now, I think honestly this is healthy for BitTorrent, because if you just go back to the 30-day here, you can see how much this price has ran up in just a matter of a month. We pretty much went from a fraction of a penny to 1 cent. So you guys have to understand, we are gonna see some type of a pullback. And then also, I mentioned in some of the previous videos, I felt that if we reached 1 penny, I see us pulling back anywhere between that half of a penny to 0.008. If you think I'm lying, just check out one of the previous videos and you will see that I did mention that. And now let's talk about the grand finale question. Should you buy the dip? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you what I'm personally doing. Me, I am not buying the dip, and the reason being because I bought in at a fraction of a penny. I am still up very nicely, and I'm just going to ride the wave until I hit my certain price targets. And the reason being is because I've already taken profits on a small amount when it hit a penny, which was my goal of mine, to use that small profit to put into another position. And now I can just ride my entire position on BitTorrent to the moon. That's what I'm personally doing, because I've established my position out. Granted, I wanted to buy more, but I'm not going to buy more at these prices. When I knew I could have bought $1 million at $1,000, and now you have to spend $8,000 to $10,000 to buy that same million BTT tokens. Now, is the price still relatively cheap? Absolutely. But when you bought in at the ground floor, you definitely kind of want to just ride that wave if you already have a position established. And that's what I mean by you don't want to FOMO, you don't want to chase any cryptocurrency. And that's why I was telling you guys when it was around 8 cents, when I got up to 9 cents and 1 cent, definitely expect a pullback, because this is normal. And so now for you guys that maybe haven't established your position, that want to buy more, say for example, you're only holding 100,000 or 200,000 or maybe a little less. Well, what I would do, first figure out what is your goal for BitTorrent and how long do you want to hold BitTorrent. And that will depend on, should you buy now or should you just kind of hold on to the position that you have. Secondly, I got a lot of questions on should you sell. Well, this is my question that you should ask yourself. Why sell now? If you were going to sell, you could have sold when it was at a penny and you could have made a lot more profit. Don't sell in panic now. Just hold your position. We have a lot more upside to go. I don't know when it's going to take back off, but I do know we will potentially probably trade sideways a little bit longer until we hit that next swing. So should you buy the dip? First, you should figure out what is your goal for BitTorrent and how long do you plan on holding this position. So to make it simple, and this is not financial advice, if you see BitTorrent dropping lower than your average cost and you want to hodl it for the long term and you're still trying to establish a position, then definitely I would recommend buying the dip. And the reason being because what that's going to do, you're going to lower your average cost, which means when the price starts to rise, you're going to gain more profit on your position now. The same thing if you raise your average cost, and raising your average cost means you're buying the price higher than where you bought in. So hopefully that makes sense for you. This is not financial advice, but if you're gonna hodl BTT for the long term, then yes, the price is still relatively cheap, but this is why I tell you guys, don't buy at the top. If it has already ran up a lot, let some steam cool off, because there will always be a pullback. Trust me on this. And this is actually healthy for BTT, because you don't want anything to go straight up, because if it goes straight up, it's going to come all the way back down. Remember that. All right, so hopefully you guys gained some value from this video. I wanted to get this out to you because I've been getting a lot of personal DMs and a lot of questions on should they sell, should they buy. Remember, you never lose money until you sell, so do not panic sell on this one. Just hodl strong, and remember, BTT will continue to go to the moon. That is just my opinion, not financial advice. But hey, before getting out of here, BTT gang, definitely consider connecting with me on my social platforms on Twitter and Instagram at Mike the Investor. If you guys want access to that Discord that will be coming available soon, and other exclusive content on the Patreon, link will be in the description. That is all I got for you. Remember to stay inspired, stay motivated, always invest in yourself, and I'm out.